Hi everyone, let's get ready. Hola, aloha, ciao, salut, ni hao, namaste, ohayo, yakamasiwa, здравствуйте, привет, xin ciao, salam alaikum, marhaban, and hello from Germany. Welcome to my channel. My name is Brunel. So Zoeva, I've got a new eyeshadow palette at a cost of £17.50, nice and affordable. It is called Aristo. This is the packaging. I like it very, very much. It is cardboard, but anyway, it's not all about the packaging. You don't use the packaging, you use the products. It is a palette which has 10 shades inside. These ones are all matte shades, and then you've got a variation of shimmery shades at this end here. This is the makeup look that I managed to create with it. As well as that, I'm also testing my very first ever Strobe Gel, which is this one here, and the cost was £10.50. And yeah, so I'm testing these two new products, and if you are interested in my opinion, then keep on watching. We're going to keep this nice and simple. I'm going to start off with this first shade with here, this one here, which is called Pluto. Yeah, so it's like a light mauve type of color shade, and we're just going to dab that first. Ooh, quite a bit of color payoff and not much fall off as well, not much fallout as well. So nice and light. I'm just dabbing in very, very gently, and this is how much you get on a brush. Let's see if there is a lot of fallout. It's slightly, but not too much. And let's just concentrate that. It is super light, feels sort of so smooth. Ooh, blends in so easy. Wow, this blends so easily, honestly. Next, we're going to move to this particular shade here, and this one is called In the Ground. So In the Ground, and again, let's tap it and see if there is much fallout. I'm using a slightly smaller brush. I'm going to keep this look nice and simple. Again, not much fallout at all, but this is how much color payoff there is. Not much fallout up this one either, so slightly less powdery. And let's just see. Ooh, yeah, this is pigmented. Oh yeah, and again, blends in so nicely. Oh, this has got to be amongst the easiest shades to blend. They're literally just a little soft touch, and they're just, oh, so easy. And I can tell straight off that it's easily buildable as well. So if you want to intensify the color, which is what I'm going to do, then it is so super easy. This is so kind of beginner friendly, and I class myself as a beginner. You know, I'm not an experienced, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just someone who likes applying makeup. Okay, so I decided to place the whole shade, which again was In the Ground, all over my lid. So we're moving on to the next shade, and which is the most shimmery one of all, which is this one here. This is like copper red, and this is called Energetic. It's the most shimmery one of them, as you can see. And I'm just going to actually use my finger, and then we'll see how that applies. Let's see. I think that needs to be built up, so not as much coming onto my finger. Rather, this one I'm not too, I don't know, I'm not too kind of okay with. But sometimes it may be the application, so the finger is not necessarily the best way to do it. So what I'll do is try with a brush, and let's wet the brush and see if that makes any difference with how much of a color payoff we get. Okay, so although not much of it came off of the brush, you can see there is actually a huge difference between applying it with your finger or with a brush. The best way to apply this is with a brush. and a wet brush at that. See that? You do have to go into the color more. You have to dip in there and really build this up, which for me frankly is a disappointment. Okay, so this is what my face looks like so far. So I'm going to go and apply some foundation and do the rest of my face, and then we're also going to try out the strobe highlight and finish off the under eyes, and just basically using exactly the same shade I used before, which is Into the Ground. But my thoughts so far, you guys know, but I'm going to reserve judgment, and also then going to do the swatches for all of the shades so you can see for yourself. So back in a mo. Right, we are nearly done. So what I'm going to do is just take the lighter shade here, which is this one, and just put it on the inner corners of my eyes, and it's called The Goddess. The Goddess. All right. It's just to bring a bit of color, and there's a little bit of fallout, so hopefully I won't ruin my face. Voila. So next we're going to move to just trying the Strobe Gel, which I've never tried before. As I've said, 50 ml in this, and it comes in, costs £10, 50. That's including VAT and everything. And it is Strobe Gel Parhelia. Parhelia is the color shade, which is like a goldy type. And just opening there, that's quite a bit in there. I'm going to try and use my fingers, and hopefully that won't be a disaster. So you have that, and then you open it. Then you've got a little bit of plastic and with a little cover on it, which you then pull out. And I'm actually going to use what's on the actual lid itself, because I have no idea, I don't want to go overboard. So there's a tiny amount, and let's just apply that. Okay, actually this is not bad. Ooh, I like this. Oh, it is so understated. There are bits of glitter clearly gold that you can see in there, but it's much more. I used to kind of get the damn hair out of the way. I used to kind of not like them because they were liquid, and I thought that, you know, that meant less control. It is very, very, you know, underrated or understated. And you can just easily build it up, and I've made a mess of it here because my hair's gotten into it, so we'll have to sort that lot out. But as you can see, it's really softly focused. Let's try it on this side so you can see better. I actually prefer this, actually, strange enough, to powders. And let's I was just about to touch my face and end up with fingerprints of this all over. So no touching the face, no touching the face, so you can see. Oh yeah. And as you press it more into the skin, then it settles down. So easily buildable. Just gonna make it a bit more blotted. I mean, this is the first time I'm using this, so I'm so sorry if you're screaming, going, ah, that's not how you do it. Ah! But well, tough luck. Alrighty, okay, so how do I feel first of all about the strobing light? Not too sure. Strobe gel, sorry, I'm not too sure. Maybe I used it wrongly, and by the way, if I have, please let me know. I've never used a strobe one before. Always stick with powders, so that's that. I checked it in daylight. It is very, 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 very muted, for want of a better description. So it's not something that's right in your face, but I suppose you can build it up. And I'm a bit funny about the fact that it's a bit messy because it's in a pot, but that's just me. So let's just get on with the swatches, starting with the top row first of all, which are all the mattes here, and I will give you the names, and then hopefully it won't be too bad. So we'll start off with like the light blue, which is called Blessing, and that's Blessing. Now I did have a bit of powder on my hand here, so I think that does affect it, so we'll just do that. That's Blessing. Next shade is called, the one I used before, Pluto, and we're just gonna use that, and it blended in super smooth. I think I need to go back in. That's that one. Next shade is Central Figure, and that's clearly a transitional color, which is a bit of yellow, but it's a muted yellow, and that is it. Next shade is more like a greeny type shade. I'm terrible at describing colors. It's called Naturalistic, and yeah, let's try that. It is butter soft, and I've done way too much because I did that with motion, which is a bad idea, so I'm wasting a lot of the product. So let's have it. That's the one. And the final shade which I used earlier, which was In the Ground. Okay, so first thing I can say is when it comes to swatches, they are not the best at swatching, but when it comes to actually blending them on your eyes, they really are very deceptive. And sometimes that can happen, that what you can't get really, you know, something that doesn't swatch really well but will be really great on the eyes. And then sometimes you can have something that swatches fantastically. When you go and apply it to the eyes, you just think, what the hell is going on here? So it can be, don't always go by the swatches, and I'm not the best, as I've said before, at doing swatches, so that's fair enough. So we're going to go to the more slightly shimmery shades, and we'll start off with from this side to that side with this like blue, which is called Mother's House. So Mother's House is in blue. Oh yeah, okay, right, that definitely, apart from the fact that I've got too much there, but that swatches way better than this one. Is the best one so far, that it definitely is. And then the next shade is called Air and Water. Air and Water, not bad. Next one is called Goddess, which is the one that I've got on the inner corners of my eyes. I'm expecting great things with this one, so don't let me down, Goddess. Don't let me, with a title like Goddess, huh? It is butter soft. Ooh, yeah. See that? Ooh, Goddess. Okay, go on, Goddess. Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely. This one is, yeah, oh yeah. And two more shades. The next one is like a bright green, which is prehistory. Prehistory rather than prehistoric. Prehistory, it says. And straight off I can tell it doesn't swatch as well as the Goddess, but this is it. And the final shade, which is one I used on the center of my eyes, which was Energetic. and that one straight off I can tell actually this one is the worst of them. That's energetic. Yeah, that one I've got trouble with. So these are the swatches. Yeah, so my thoughts are the mattes are super butter soft, so easy to blend, really, really nice. The shimmery shades, most of them are okay. Goddess is definitely the best one. I've made a mess of the palette, but Goddess is the best one. And so this one as well, which is Mother's House. They're quite good. This is not so bad either, actually. This swatch quite well. The worst one of the lot is the one that appears more shimmery than all the others, which is really, really surprising, which is this one, which is energetic, which is the one I've got. Takes too much of an effort to apply to your eyes, needs a lot of build up to go there, and on top of it, everything else, whilst you're trying to get it, even when I was trying to swatch it, it was difficult to kind of get enough product even onto my finger to show you the swatch. Same difficulty I had on applying it on my eyes. Once it was there, it was easy to blend, but it was quite that you have to really, really build it up to get any color payoff. Okay, so £17.50. Frankly, for me personally, for Zoeva, this is the most disappointing one because it's very much like a for me. The last one, which was different, because this is obviously the Aristo one. The last one, which was the Opulence, although it had only one shade that was actually a matte shade there, the others were all shimmery. All of them performed really, really well. So I'm kind of like, I was expecting something really great coming from the last palette, which was only what, a month ago that it came out. In comparison to this one, for me, this one is a letdown, considering there is one particular shade which ought to shine, it really outshines all the others when you initially open your palette, and is the worst one to swatch and the worst one to actually apply on your eyes. So that's my personal opinion. Nothing against the company itself. Will I continue to buy, Zoeva products? Absolutely. I've got their brushes, love them. And also, as a plus point, the delivery, especially here in the UK, was so fast. Ordered it on the 4th and it arrived here on the 8th. What on earth can we ask for? It is brilliant. Actually, it arrived, was it the 7th? I can't remember whether today's the 8th or 9th. I think it was actually even the 7th. Anyway, I ordered it on a Monday. It arrived Thursday evening, and that was only £2.50 all the way from Germany. What on earth can you complain about there? So that is, yeah. In conclusion, do I think it is worth buying? I think you can bypass this one without feeling as if you're missing anything. They are quite unusual colours in themselves. And to be honest, there isn't a huge amount of looks that you can create there. Although if you want to go matte and keep everything neutral, there are quite a few options here. These lot and that lot as well will also do that for you. But it's a personal choice at the end of the day. You may look at these shades and they might actually, sing to you, and you may want these, and that's fair enough. Spend your money how you wish to. As always, it is based on my personal opinion and I am not an expert. Make up your own mind. But thank you so much for watching. As usual, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. And if you want more videos similar to these where it's an honest opinion, then by no means don't forget to subscribe. Thank you and bye bye.